Hello, my name is Daniel Yuck. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you, your time, and your support. In this video, I want to talk about how I go about creating a beat. I want to give you multiple examples in different styles as well. So hopefully by the end of this video, you can have some sort of logic and thought process that I use as to go about creating a beat. Should you have any questions, drop a comment below. I'll do my best to assist in the best possible direction. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel and give this video a thumbs up, as I would greatly appreciate your support. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and just dive right on into this. Hello, my name is Daniel Yuck. Thank you for joining me today. Most of you know me as a tattoo artist. However, prior to getting into tattooing, I was actually a music producer and a software developer. In fact, I still am. I've never stopped in the time frame of starting tattooing. I've done music almost my entire life. I started like around 12 playing. I didn't get into it professionally until around maybe 17, 18, 19. I was a little bit older. But point is, in this video, I want to go and take some time and I want to share with you how I go about creating a beat. I want to share with you multiple styles that I've made various different beats in. Kind of want to share with you my logic, the thought process, and the approach that I'm taking to create my beats. If you have any questions at all, I encourage you to drop a comment below. I'll do my absolute best to assist in the best possible direction. If you find this video helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel, as I would greatly appreciate the support. With that being said, let's just dive right on in. Right here, I am using FL Studio. When I create beats, I like to use FL Studio and Logic depending on what I am trying to do. So if I'm going to be using like live instrumentation, looping live guitars, if I'm going to be strumming something, whatever, live drums, whatever the case may be, I'm going to go ahead and head on over to Logic. When it comes to creating beats that are sample based, FL Studio all the way for me, as it's easier to get my ideas out per DAW. So here I have FL Studio. You can see that this beat's pretty much already done, and I would say this is like a funk GTA style beat. That's the only way that I can describe it. I love the way that this sounds, and I kind of want to break it down, and then we'll jump into a completely different style and kind of repeat that a couple of times. When it comes to creating a beat, one of the first things that comes to mind that I'm considering is what I am feeling at that current moment in time. So if I'm feeling whatever the case may be, I kind of wanted to reflect around that because that's what I currently have to work with. So for this, I was feeling a little bit funky, that's how I would describe it. And what I did was I ended up starting with a drum beat, which is completely different from what I typically start with. Typically, I will start with some sort of instrumentation, whether it's a strum on a guitar, just a simple melody, something. Somewhere along the way, I typically, 9 times out of 10, start with the instrumentation, and then I build drums around that. For whatever reason on this beat right here, I started with drums and then kind of did it in reverse, which worked out pretty well for me. And it got me to go a different route than I normally would have. So reversing it like that, I guess, was the way front for this beat. What I initially started with was the kick. I went ahead and I laid down a kick and a snare, and I believe I laid down this hi-hat right here. So that's what it started with, and then from there I wanted a little bit more groove. So you can hear the kick is kind of like dominating right now, and then it's working with the snare to kind of create a back and forth bounce, and then we have the hi-hat there to keep the consistency and kind of mesh it all together to make it sound like a loop. Kind of sounds full already, not too full, but it sounds like a good foundation. So from here, what I went ahead and did was I started adding some more hats. So I added a couple of more hats to add a little bit more groove and bounce. I wanted this to feel really bouncy. I wanted it to have a lot of groove. And I instantly, when I was playing this, I wanted to move instantly the moment that I heard it. So then we started adding these. Okay, great. And then we add a little crash. And then I let that loop for about 5 or 10 minutes. I was kind of doing my thing around. And then I came up with this bass line right here. And that's just using Flex, which is the stock FL Studio plugin here. That one is going to be right here. So you can see that I'm using Flex, and I'm using the deep purple fingered preset there with the Essential Bass Guitars pack. that's what we have so far. I layered that with an 808 so I can use that throughout the song to kind of transition between 808 and an actual bass sort of sound. And that gave me a more rounded overall bass tone. And then from there, okay, I figured that I've already got the bounce locked in. This is exactly what I wanted. So instantly I kind of knew that I was going to do some sort of guitar, like stroke bass, where it was going to be really short, prominent guitar sounds. So what I did was I started with this one right here. And again, I just used Flex in FL Studio. Is going to be, let me see here, it's going to be the muted strat 1, 2, and 3, and those are going to be right here, as you can see, within the Essential Guitars pack in Flex. And then I layered that with this sound, and then one more. I panned the muted strat 1 and 2 right and left. And then we add the third one. So you can kind of see how now these guitars are working together to give me more groove and bounce, but from the instrumentation section. So in full, when we combine the grooves with these guitars and the drums, we get an overall really good, bouncy, funky sounding track. It's gonna sound like this. So that's essentially how I built the entire thing. A lot of it was choices like sound selection and kind of figuring out what I wanted. I didn't think too much about it. I kind of just let this happen naturally. And then I kind of just composed the beat, and then there we go. Off we went on to another one. Okay, let's check out another beat. So this is another one that I have here. And this one was done the typical way that I would start, which is with the instrumentation. So from here, I started with this sound right here. And then from there, I kind of just stacked sounds until I was happy, until I had like enough material to be able to kind of transition through an entire song using what I created here. So I got that going, and then I got this sound here. And again, this is all Flex in FL Studio. And then from there, I added this. And I'm still listening for the grooves, I'm still listening for the bounce. Since we're making music in FL Studio or digitally using samples, it's really easy to get a sort of flat sound. So for me, considering groove and beat and rhythm is essential every single time I make a beat. So when we have these three layered together, we have a really nice foundation that blends well and that's unique to its own sound. Okay, so once we have that going there, from there I have these drums that I added. So I kind of just went and I added the 808s. So if I have like a good foundation, I'll typically have the foundation first, which is the instrumentation as I mentioned, and then from there I begin to build. I'll typically add an 808 or in reverse where I'll add like a snare and then I'll add the hi-hats around that and then kind of keep building. It really just depends on each individual moment and the beat that I'm making. So for this one we added the 808 next. And then we just kept stacking from there in order as you see here. And then together, this beat sounds like this. There you go. And I would just repeat this process over and over. It's essentially repeatable. Now, I'm not getting into the specifics like choices, too much of the plugins that I'm using along the way. However, if you're wanting to see me make a beat real time, let me know down below in the comment section and I may go live on YouTube and make a beat for you all real time so that way you can kind of ask and receive feedback real time there. Now here is another beat that I made, and again this would extend to multiple genres. I approach it the same way. It doesn't matter if I'm making a trap style beat, something completely new like this one, or like even punk, which is my favorite style of music to make. The thought process and logic that I'm sharing is pretty much still the same. So for this beat right here, what I went ahead and I did was I reversed it and I started with the instruments like I normally do. This one didn't begin with the drum track, so I have this right here, which is the first guitar that I started with, and then from there I just kind of continuously layered up the sounds, which is this one. And again, this is going to be flex, and then we added this guitar. So we have 3 layers of 3 different guitars right here. We have the main guitar structure, which is this right here, and then we have the melody, which gives it a little bit more bounce and, you know, groove back and forth if you take a listen. And then from there I added this melody. Very simple. And then from here, what I went ahead and I did was I started stacking instruments. So you can hear, we have a bass, hi-hat, yeah, so there you go. Completely different style beat from what I've typically made, but I really enjoy this track a lot. I think that it's a really cool track. But again, this is repeated over and over and over. It doesn't matter what I am doing. The projects that I start all pretty much have the same flow. But again, what changes is mood, sound selection, what I'm feeling at the current moment, and the overall outcome and sound. It's always going to be a little bit different. Now, let me go ahead and pull up another project here so that way I can kind of just show you exactly what I mean. So here's another project, and it's a bit more softer, but you can see that I have a multitude of different layers right here. I'm going to start with the first one. So here we have this melody going right here, and again I'm still using flex. For these beats I've been using flex in my own plugin called Chomp Box for the majority of the beats that I've been making lately, just because they both work, and I've been testing and developing my own plugin further. So, and then what I went ahead and I did was I layered that sound with multiple layers, and they're all playing the same thing. Some of them may be at different octaves. It just depends on what sounds right. And then from there, again, I would just continuously stack instruments on top to get the overall feel. So here we have a bass. And then we have a snare. I just kept stacking the elements to get a nice groove going. And an 808. Rim shots and a crash. And as I've mentioned, this is going to be repeated with anything that we're doing. So here in Logic, as I've mentioned, this is a completely different project. It's a completely different style as well. This has live instrumentation, so I recorded the acoustic bass and these acoustic guitars. Let me go ahead and play those out for you so you can kind of hear what we're working with. So for this track right here, I mean, I would consider this a beat, but since it's like live instrumentation, I'm going to consider it an instrumental. Whatever, but you get the idea. So here is the acoustic guitars that I recorded, and I just kind of looped that back to back, and then I added over, and then here it is with an acoustic bass. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. And then what I did was I just kept adding over. So here we have some shakers, claps, digital drummer. We have an arpeggiator right here. We have the keys, and we have a real drum kit. track now, and it doesn't have too many tracks here. There's maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 9 or so that are all working together to make that overall sound. Now, I specifically like the way that it sounds, for example, with this boom bap kick right here, or this boom bap drum kit along with this pop rock kit. So like, let me play them back and forth. I thought that this boom bap alone didn't do justice for what I was going for, but when we added like authentic sounding drums with digital, we got a really cool, fatter, overall better sounding drum sound, in my opinion. Just kept stacking. Now, I know that this is probably like a very vague how to make a beat video, but the idea is to kind of share the logic in which I am taking to even get into making a beat. Oftentimes we experience beat block and a lot of other things like this that could interfere with our actual creative process. So for me, I kind of wanted to make this video to kind of surface level shed light on the ideology of keeping it simple. None of these tracks are really too extensive. I'm just picking out really good sounds, playing specific melodies and chords that I'm feeling for each moment in time, and then from there I kind of just allow myself to build free of judgment. And I think this last part is the most important part of this video. When I am creating music, doesn't matter again if I'm creating trap, it doesn't matter if I'm creating something that I don't even like, I'm always staying as positive as I can. I keep in a mental headspace that everything I make doesn't have to be perfect, and that allows me to have more fun with the process. When I'm having more fun with the process, I can go ahead and make all different styles of music, and overall ultimately possibly highly liking what I am making when I am done. For example, like the GTA style beats that we started with at the beginning of this video. That is it for this one though. It's going to be applied, as I mentioned, to all tracks, even like something trap like this. Started with these two sounds right here. Then added this one. The drums. And the rest was history. So, point is, allow yourself to have fun when making beats. Don't think too much about it. Use the skills that you currently have. Allow yourself to mess up. Allow yourself to make bad beats. And then allow yourself to grow, all right? If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll do my best to guide you in the best possible direction. If you want to see more in-depth videos on how I go about actually making a beat from scratch, let me know and I'll definitely make that video happen for you all. If you like this video, thumbs up it. I appreciate you, your time, and your support. I hope you have a great day.